What we try to avoid is the stars in that matrix where you're constantly having to put more money in and more money in and you're chasing your tail. That happens a lot in tech.
What does the portfolio approach to managing the group potentially add to shareholder value creation?
So for me, the opposite of portfolio approach is a sentimental approach.
Right.
And I'm already married and I'm therefore not married to any of these investments.
Sure.
So with any investment, you have a gestation period, you have startups, then you have second round funding, you have a growth phase. And I love the BCG matrix because I really feel that works. And in the BCG matrix, you get to that cash cow situation is the ideal, where you have high market share, low growth industry, barriers to entry, etc., etc. What we try to avoid is the stars in that matrix where you're constantly having to put more money in and more money in and you're chasing your tail. That happens a lot in tech.
Right.
You're constantly trying to update technology. You're constantly trying to keep pace with the world around you. So you're making money on the one hand, but you're having to invest twice as much. The idea of the portfolio analysis is you see, okay, what's going to work for the next 10 years? And what's going to actually be a drag on the group. And this is linked to being a conglomerate, because a conglomerate would invest in some businesses knowing it's not going to make money in the first 3 years, but that it has a long-term future. And what we've tried, and I mentioned the BCG matrix because what we've tried is to go for critical mass. And that is why we amalgamated with Bartlett's, and just prior to this crisis, we were looking at opportunities in the NBFI space because we want to be ideally in the top 10, maybe top 5 players in that sector. It doesn't make sense being the 25th player out of 50. There's no joy in that because economies are just not there. Then same with the other areas, we look at pushing organic growth if we can. Or we look at inorganic growth where we just go out and use the positives that you have to build the businesses.